The words that make her feel seen, not flattered. Let's talk about something no one wants to admit. She hears, "You're beautiful," so often, it doesn't even land anymore. It's like background noise in a world that only sees her surface. And, yeah, she'll smile. She might even say, "Thank you." But deep down, that compliment doesn't reach her. It doesn't stir her. It doesn't make her heart pause. Because beauty is easy to say. Intelligence is easy to fake. Amazing is just a word anyone can toss into the air like confetti. But here's what most men never realize. Women don't crave admiration. They crave recognition. Not the kind that stares at her body, not the kind that scrolls past her on Instagram, but the kind that sees her. The part she doesn't show in selfies. The part that thinks in metaphors, fights silent battles, and carries weight no one knows about. And when you speak to that part, you don't become another face in the crowd. You become the man who noticed, not with flattery, not with performance, but with presence. This isn't about picking up women. This is about connecting with them on a level so deep it bypasses games, bypasses charm, and goes straight to the core. And if you want to be unforgettable, not just liked, not just wanted, but remembered, then stop saying what everyone else says. Say what no one dares. Here are the 3 forbidden truths, not compliments, but revelations, that awaken her mind, honor her strength, and reflect her soul back to her in a way that changes everything. Most men listen to respond. You listen to understand. And when she says something unexpected, not witty, not rehearsed, but real, don't rush to agree, don't nod like you're checking a box. Pause, let the room go quiet. Look at her like you've just uncovered something rare, then say, slowly, with weight, "I've never met someone who sees the world quite like you do." Then stop. Let silence do the work. Because this isn't about intelligence, it's about perception. You're not complimenting her brain. You're honoring her lens, the way she connects pain to poetry, chaos to clarity, doubt to direction, and in a world that reduces women to visuals, being seen for her mind isn't just rare. It's revolutionary. She spent her life wondering, does anyone actually hear me? Or do they just wait for me to stop talking so they can impress me? When you're the one who finally gets it, not her words, but the way her thoughts move, she won't just like you. She'll trust you, and trust? That's where real attraction is born. Let's talk about strength. Not the kind that lifts, waits. Not the kind that shouts, but the kind that stands still when everything inside is screaming. The kind that shows up when she's exhausted. That speaks up when she's afraid. That holds the line when everyone else folds. When was the last time someone named that in her? Most men praise softness. You honor resilience. So when she shares something raw, how she handled a crisis, stood up for herself, carried a burden alone, don't say, "That's impressive." Say this, "Most people would have collapsed under that, but you didn't. Just survive it. You carried it with grace. That's not just strong, that's rare." Then let it sit. Let her feel the weight of being witnessed. Not for what she did, but for how she endured. Because here's the truth. Every strong woman hides a quiet fear that her strength makes her unlovable. But when you look at her courage and say, "I see it, and it moves me," you don't just validate her. You give her permission to be it, fully, unapologetically. And that's when she starts seeing you differently, not as someone chasing her attention, but as someone who respects her soul. There's a woman who walks into a space and everything shifts, not because she's loud, not because she demands attention, but because her presence alters the energy. People lean in, laughter comes easier, silence feels safe. She doesn't try, she just is. And no one ever tells her, until you do. Watch for it. Not in the spotlight, but in the quiet moments, when she says something that makes someone feel seen, when the group relaxes because she's calm, when joy flows around her like water. That's your moment. Lean in. Lower your voice. Speak like you're sharing a secret. You know what no one's told you? The room changes when you're in it. I can't explain it, but I can feel it, and I know others do too. Then stop. Let that truth settle, because you're not complimenting her vibe. You're acknowledging her influence. You're telling her, you don't need to perform to matter. You already do, just by existing. And for a woman who's spent her life wondering if she's enough, hearing that she shifts worlds without trying, that doesn't just make her blush, it makes her believe you make me want to be better. This one cuts deeper than any compliment, because it's not about her, it's about you, and how she changes you. Next time she shares something brave, a risk she took, a fear she faced, a dream she won't let go of, don't just say good for you. Look her in the eye. Let your voice drop. Say, being around someone like you, it makes me want to rise. Not because you expect it, but because your energy pulls me forward. This isn't flattery. This is confession. You're telling her, your existence inspires discipline in me. Your courage sharpens my purpose. And that's power. Because every woman wants to know, do I make a difference, or am I just passing through? When you tell her she's shaping you, not your attraction, but your character, she doesn't just feel desired, she feels necessary, and that's the highest form of connection. Some women don't walk into a room, they arrive, and before they speak, before they smile, the atmosphere shifts. It's subtle, but undeniable. And if you're the man who notices that, you've already won. Say it like you're revealing a truth only you can see. It's strange. I can feel your presence before I even see you. Like the air gets clearer, lighter. You don't try to change things, you just do. This isn't about charisma, it's about essence. You're not complimenting her actions. You're naming her gravity, the invisible force she radiates. And when you do that, you're not just seeing her, you're feeling her. And for a woman who's spent her life being objectified, reduced, or overlooked, being felt truly deeply is the rarest gift of all. Here's the brutal truth. Most compliments are transactions. You're hot. I want something from you. You're smart. I want you to like me, but the words we've covered, they're not transactions. They're testimonies. They don't seek approval. They offer recognition. And that's what the Stoic man understands. Silence has weight, attention has power, and truth, spoken with calm masculine presence, is magnetic. You don't chase her attention. You earn it by seeing what others miss, by honoring what others ignore, by speaking to her not as an object, but as a force inger. These words only work if they're real. You can't fake depth. You can't perform presence. Women feel authenticity like a sixth sense. So don't say these things to impress. Say them when they rise from truth. When you genuinely see her mind, her strength, her energy, and you can't not speak it. Because when you do, you don't just stand out, you become unforgettable. Not because of what you said, but because of what she felt when you said it. Hit like. Not because it's popular, but because it's true. Comment below. Tell me which of these hits deepest for you. Subscribe. Because the next video dives into how to listen like a man who sees everything, not just her words, but her silence. This isn't about manipulation. It's about maturity, about depth, about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need games. Because his presence alone is enough. Speak with truth. See with clarity, and watch how the world, and the women in it, respond. Because when you stop chasing attention, you start commanding it, not with noise, not with performance, but with presence. You don't need to shout to be heard. Sometimes the quietest words are the ones that echo forever, because real connection isn't loud, it's felt.